셋, 별.
Hello, 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 hello. Good morning, good morning, good morning. It's a beautiful Wednesday morning. So, did you all sleep well? If you would notice, my background is a little bit different today. This is a background made by Raijin Denki. Oh, You can hear all the dogs barking outside. I'm sorry about that. Anyway, again, this background is made by Raijin Denki, who is also a Filipino VTuber, and this is actually a free asset. It just so happened that it suits my theme well, don't you think? You haven't slept yet? Oh my god! Well, you don't have classes or work today, do you? So I hope after my stream you will be able to sleep and rest yourself. Hello! Hello. Good morning. Welcome to my stream. So, this morning we will have just a very, very chill stream. As you can see, we have a to-do list on my upper right, upper left for you. The first thing in our agenda is to read a book, to make us smarter. But this book would not make you smarter. It's actually a Danmei book, which is basically Chinese heavily censored boys love. Although it's rated 17 plus for reasons that are not related to how gay it is. It's mostly the graphic themes. Well, we will get to that later. Aside from reading a chapter of Tianguan Qifu or Heaven Official's Blessings, this is actually book 2. I've already finished book 1. I've read some of it on stream before. We are also doing some one card readings for Twitter because I'm hosting a free giveaway. So if you want to join, it's still open. You can find it somewhere in my Twitter timeline, or you can also visit my Facebook page. It's BB, just BB. That's it. If you leave an emoji, I will give you a free one card pull. And if you want to join the actual giveaway, which is a full reading, you have to like and share it. And if you're on Facebook, you're required to tag a friend. I actually forgot my rules. Hello, Magandara. Hi. You're in the middle of work. Oh, thank you for being here, even if you're working. As for me, I don't have work today. Although I also woke up early because even if I don't have work today, my body clock tells me to. My schedule is usually 6 a.m. First class of the day, 6 a.m. And I'm teaching math. High school math. Also, yes, I have scheduled this thinking, hey, I don't have anything to do on Wednesday. Why not do a breakfast stream? Although I've already finished eating my breakfast, I'm actually drinking coffee right now. Oh, high school math review stream. I can do that. Why not? Maybe. I'm actually planning to do some educational streams. I've been writing down things that I might stream. So one of that is a general exam help. Like I would teach basically exam strategies and basically just a general studying strategy type of deal because again, breaking my character, I am a real life teacher. I am licensed and I've also been teaching teachers who are reviewing for their board exams. The thing that I'm teaching them is general education, which is all of the subjects, it's like a quiz bee wherein anything goes, all of the subjects. So there's a lot of things to memorize, and so I'm teaching them how to learn those things in a more efficient way. I think it's not it's something that not just people who are taking board exams would be interested in. I think students would benefit from it the most, because most of the time I see that students, well, even I myself am guilty of this when I was still studying, we would just do studying without thinking about it. I think you shouldn't really study hard. You should study smart. Algebra equations. Actually, I am also teaching algebra because this kid that I'm teaching right now is in grade 7, so that is middle school, so beginning of algebra. Before I actually became the head teacher of this online academy I am teaching as, my main thing was to do private home-based tutorials wherein kids would go to my house and I would tutor them, and my specialty is maths. When I was younger, I used to do MTAP, you know that. I think I've already talked about this before. I did MTAP, which is Metro Bank's Math Quiz Bee. And now that I'm already a teacher, I also train students who are competing for the said competition. Hi, good morning, good morning, good morning, Checkerboard 22. I am actually surprised that all of you are here, because most of the people who are watching me are night people. Like, I see you at 12 p.m., 12 midnight. I'm surprised that you're all awake at 9 a.m. It's a good thing. How was your sleep? Did you all sleep well? Well, except for Mori, who has not slept yet. Oh, Lori is the one who made the portrait of my half human, half reptilian body. If you've seen that art of me, they're the one who conceptualized the reptilian side. I had some input because, you know, I have already designed my human form. They're a very, very talented artist, and if you want to commission them, you can contact them on Twitter. It's Grem Lori, or you can tell me. I'll contact them for you. You got face-to-face classes later? Oh no, I don't like face-to-face classes, even as a teacher. I prefer online classes because I prefer to be alone in my room. Although it's kind of harder to teach when you don't have actual students in front of you, because learning is more of how many senses you are able to engage. So when you are online, you are limited to listening and and looking at things that your teacher has to show you. The tactile aspect is reduced, and so are the other aspects, like tasting things, smelling things. Oh, you kept falling asleep and waking up again every hour. I think your body needs a hard reset. that happened to me like last week, because my schedule changed and it's a little hard to cope. So you keep on falling in and out of sleep. For 2 days, I did nothing but like work and then sleep in between. So I wasn't able to play any games. I wanted to play Valorant, but my body didn't want me to. I hope that you're able to fix your sleeping schedule. It's bad for your health. Anyway, what was I saying? Oh, yes. Okay, the plan for today is to read a chapter of Tianguan Shifu, and then after that, I'm doing the one card reading for Twitter, wherein, again, if you haven't joined yet, you may join my raffle or giveaway, whatever you call it. It's ending on Friday at 7 p.m. And after that, if I still have the energy for it, we're going to talk to the bird. We're going to do some Duolingo. I'm planning to refresh my Korean, which I haven't studied in a long while. Do you have like any suggestions for other things that we can do? Because today is a free day and there are a lot of things that I want to do. Hold on, let me just move my book stand because I'm using a physical copy for this. Oh, hold on. Oh, have I already said that? Oh, not yet. So I have talked about my new fancy moving fishy underwater layout. Again, this is by Raijin Denki. The background music I have already written down on the stream. It is what's the title? It's Could Be Magic by Daystar, and their YouTube channel is Byorha는 Darakbang Starry Attic. I'm not sure if their name is Daystar or Starry Attic because they're using both, so I'm just saying it. They make royalty-free music and it's free range of use for YouTube, Twitch, Live, Kakao TV, any platform, as long as you're using it as just a background music. You can't really use it to make a new song or whatever. If you're going to make it a game or applications, advertisements, web dramas, website, competitions, exhibitions, it's going to be paid use. And yeah, their only rule is that you have to credit them, which is why we have the name of their channel at the bottom right of the video. They have a lot of beautiful background music. And hold on, I think I already shared my link to Twitter and on Facebook. So time now is 9:14 a.m. and we are going to start reading Heaven Official's blessings in a bit. Okay, I'm just going to answer some messages here. Someone was asking me if not asking me, but telling me to have a light stick emote. I actually already commissioned someone for that. I commissioned Miss Hachi Paws. And yes, I'll be waiting for it in a few days, a few weeks. I'm not really sure, but I definitely already commissioned someone for emotes because hey, I'm an affiliate now. You guys deserve to use emotes. I actually have just one right now. It's something that I drew myself. It's not very professionally made. I'm not a professional artist. I'm sorry about that. But hey, it's all I have right now. And if you have noticed, I've already changed the channel points thingy. It still looks round because it's a pearl. And it's a pearl because we are at the Pearl of the Orient. Perlas ng Silanganan, Pilipinas. And if you haven't checked it out yet, I suggest you do. There are a lot of, well, not a lot, but there are some things that you can claim there aside from the regular ones, the hydrate, stretch, etc. You can make me curse at you. Someone made me curse last night. Well, I can curse in several different languages. I can curse in English, Filipino, Korean, Chinese. I can also probably do Ilocano. And I'm not going to say it, but there's something there that you might like. It's 1,000 points, and I don't think it's gonna be hard for a lot of you because a lot of you say in my streams for a long time 1,000 points is nothing. And also for 1,500 points, I can sing a song for you in a cappella, like the moment that you say it, as long as I know it. And if I don't know it, I'm gonna look for it instantly on YouTube and study a couple of lines from it. So yeah, if you want me to sing Super Idol, I'm gonna do that. And for 2,000 points, at any point in the stream, I can pull a card for you, like one tarot card or oracle card, whichever deck is nearest to me at that moment. And then for 3,000 points, I'm going to do the uwu gamer girl voice for how many minutes? Yeah, 3 minutes. I forgot how many minutes is that. If you have any suggestions. Oh, someone redeemed hydrate. Hello, checkerboard. Thank you for the hydrate. I'm actually hydrating right now. If you can see on my left, well, you're right. I am drinking this very pretty moon latte. Wait, I'm going to look for. Well, I actually bought this asset. I don't really think I need to advertise them, but it's so pretty. I forgot who made this. Where did I get this one? Oh, it's by Lunarium Lab. Okay, it's made by Lunarium Lab. It's called Moon Latte Acid. I got it for like $2. It's beautiful, right? And it fits my theme because I love the moon in such a way that you people would say you love chicken. I would eat it one day. One day when I do get my reptilian body back, I will eat the last moon off this earth as a payback. Anyway, again, thanks for the hydrate. I'm going to drink my coffee. Well, not coffee, but latte. Hold on. Refreshing. Thank you. Yes, I know. It's so pretty. And it actually comes in 3 colors. It just so happened that this one fits my color palette the most. And it looks like it's strawberry flavored, right? And I love strawberries. Where was I? I keep on talking and forgetting what I'm supposed to actually do. Well, yes, if you are new here, that is something that you must expect in my streams. I often talk a lot and I forget what I'm supposed to do or what I'm talking about originally. I get distracted so easily. So again, welcome. Good morning, everyone. I hope you're having a chill time here in my stream. Again, today we're going to read a chapter of Tianguan Qi Fu. We're going to do 1 card readings for Twitter. We're going to do some learning for Duolingo. I hope that I learned something. And if you want to learn a new language with me, you can always suggest it. I think I'm currently learning several ones, and I'm not learning properly at all because there's too many of them. Let me just check my Duolingo. How many languages do I have here? For today, I plan to do Korean, but if you have another suggestion, you can. Hold on, why is it not working out? Okay, I have Korean, Japanese, Spanish. I was studying Russian at one point. Chinese, Indonesian, and I'm confused why I have Greek, Arabic, and French here, and Latin. I don't remember studying them, but I get bored a lot, you know? Maybe that's why I'm streaming, because I have all this free time between work and resting, and streaming is a good time to pass that. I think I do remember learning Japanese, Korean, and Chinese, and Indonesian, but the others, not so much. So if you want any of those language, like you want to learn any of those language, you can suggest it to me and maybe we can learn it together. Oh wait, I got cheer 100 with wait, I'm a noob. I really don't understand, but I know that this is a good thing. This is a great thing. Thank you so much, Maury. I don't know what the cheering actually means or converts to, but thank you very much. This is the first time someone did this, and I am I'm not doing the ooh voice. Thank you so much. Oh, you also redeemed that. Let me just lower the volume of the music. Okay, so are you ready? Are you ready? So someone redeemed this. Consider yourself blessed. I'm going to do it. You ready? Hold on to your seat. Ara, ara. Was that worth it? Worth it? Is it worth it? Is it worth 1,000 points? I'm not sure either. But yeah, that happened, and any one of you can also redeem that if you have enough channel points, which we will call pearls, because only the best pearls for the most beautiful bakunawa in the ocean. It's me, baby. Okay, I think it's about time we actually start reading, and let me just switch out my music. This is also by the same artist. It's a compilation of their piano songs, and I think it's a good background music to reading, so that we can do something very ASMR like. That's kind of my thing now, doing borderline ASMR. Again, thank you very much for supporting me. Thank you for being here. Just being here, you are already making me happy. Okay, where am I? Hold on, let me just find the page that I'm in. So, just so that you are not confused as to what is happening. Oh, hello, Echo Wolf. I am currently explaining what the book that we are reading is about. It's Tianguan Chifu, or Heaven Official's Blessings. It's about this prince named Xilian who ascended into heaven. So now he's a god, but he was banished 3 times, and basically he is the laughing stock of all the other gods. And then there is this guy named Sanlang. Well, he introduced himself as Sanlang, but now we know that his real name is Huacheng. Okay, so if you're confused, yes, this is a Chinese story. So Huacheng is a ghost king, basically. He is the most powerful ghost in all of the land, everywhere. And at the moment, we are in Huacheng's place, and Xilian and his friend, the Windmaster, are trying to investigate why this heaven official is missing. So there's a heaven official, they're missing. They know that this heaven official is missing, but they know who exactly is missing, which is kind of funny, right? We're investigating this heaven official, he's kind of missing, but at the same time, we don't know who he is. So yeah, they are suspecting that the said heaven official is in Huacheng's lair, because they saw someone that fits the description. So now I'm going to read page 137 of Heaven Official's Blessing, Book 2. Xilian raised an arm to guard himself, Roya at the ready. So if you are not familiar, Roya is the name of Xilian's cloth It's a long piece of cloth. It's sentient. It's kind of his weapon. While Shi Qingxuan drew out his Windmaster fan from out of nowhere, unfortunately, in this narrow tunnel, it was impossible to start any gusts, and any crazed winds would only recoil back at them, making that spiritual device difficult to use. In that moment, Shelian remembered that worms were afraid of light and heat, and he shouted a command. "Lord Windmaster, please lend me some spiritual power and intensify the palm torch." Shi Qingxuan followed his directions and clapped Shelian's hand with his own left hand, while the flames in his right palm burst dozens of centimeters higher. Shelian also swiftly started a bright palm torch. Sure enough, the two giant worms felt the heat and shrunk back, pulling a few meters away. Using the flames, the pair continued slowly on their path, forcing the giant earthworms to keep their distance and praying for an exit. But the tunnel was narrow, and with such large flames burning, soon enough it wasn't only the worms feeling the heat. Shelian and Shi Qingxuan themselves were sweating profusely as if they were baking in an oven, miserable and wretched. And the more horrifying thing is that Shi Qingxuan couldn't help burning through his power to keep the flames alive, and the fires grew smaller and smaller. They also noticed that although the giant earthworms were still evading them, they weren't as fearful. After a few more steps, Shelian could feel his breathing grow difficult. He said, "Lord Windmaster, the palm torch won't last. The mud here may be moist and loose, but we're still deep underground. Soon we'll run out of air, the fire will die, and we're going to faint." Shi Qingxuan gritted his teeth. "Then we can only use the teleportation array." Although neither of the two had a free hand to draw an array, and the current environment wasn't exactly ideal, there was no other way. "Let me find somewhere flat," Shelian said. Just then, he felt a small plate beneath his steps, not moist and spongy, but more like a stone tile, and a thought struck Shelian, and he immediately crouched down to check. Just as he suspected, it was another stone door. It also had an image of a little person rolling dice on it. Shi Qingxuan stepped onto the tile with him, overjoyed. "Quick, quick, quick! Roll the dice and open it!" Shelian was just about to roll the dice when he suddenly thought, "But what if I roll a worse outcome and open an even more horrifying place?" Shelian passed the dice to Shi Qingxuan. "You do it!" Without a word, Shi Qingxuan grabbed the dice and tossed. Rattle, rattle. This time it was a 3 and a 4. Shelian picked up the dice readily, and the two stood together on top of the door tile. The palm torch in Shi Qingxuan's hands shrank by another inch. The two giant worms were squirming and ready to approach. Shelian stared intently at the drawing on the tile as it slowly dissolved and gradually transformed into another picture. It was a forest with a number of oddly dressed little people dancing in circles around another figure in the center. Just then, one of the worms finally stopped holding back. It charged toward them with its mouth open a slit, dragging its heavy body. Thankfully, when the worm was only a meter away, the stone door opened. This time, the two fell into another narrow hole, except the ground was hard and dry, and this new space was extremely cramped. This fall was painful, and the two tumbled and knocked into each other. Shillian was used to enduring pain, so he didn't make a sound, but Shi Xuan cried out. That left Shillian's ears in pain, instead from the screaming. Worried something might have happened to him, he called out, "Lord Windmaster, are you okay?" Shi Xuan's head was at the bottom. His legs were in the air. "I don't know if I'm okay. I've never fallen like this before. Your Highness, working with you is really too thrilling." Shillian couldn't help but let out a small laugh. At that, as he finally realized that the two of them had fallen into a hole in a tree. He crawled out of the hole with great difficulty and extended a helping hand to Shi Xuan. "Thanks for all your hard work." "You're welcome," Shi Xuan replied. He pulled on Shillian's hand and climbed out of the hole. Dirty and disheveled, his silk dress in tatters. What taters? Tater tots? Sorry. When he got out, he put a hand over his brow to block out the stinging brightness of the sun. "Where's this?" "As you can see, it's a forest in the deep mountains," Shillian replied. He looked around and said, "I think the stone doors are a spiritual device with the same function as the teleportation array. Different rolls on the dice will take us to different places. I wonder if we rolled any of the right numbers." Shi Xuan crossed his now bare arms and contemplated seriously. Using the teleportation array just once requires an immense amount of spiritual power. That crimson rain sought flower created something like those stone doors just to prevent people from snooping around. It speaks volumes about his immense spiritual powers and how deeply he is so calculating. Although he appeared solemn, his unkempt appearance with bare arms and bare feet made it really difficult for him to come across as serious. Instead, he looked, well, hilarious. Shillian held back his laughter with immense difficulty as he thought of the way. Hua Cheng always slightly curled his lips and shook his head. Rather than calculating, it's more that he's mischievous, Shillian thought. Your Honor, he is simping. I'm gonna stop him right here. He is simping. And Hua Cheng isn't even there. What the hell? Anyway, let's continue, darlings. The two had just only emerged from the hole in the tree, and not a few steps after did a bunch of naked people suddenly jump out from the nearby bushes and surround them. They started jumping, howling as they did so. Hello, Tadashi. Welcome to my morning stream. Sit down. Have some coffee or tea if you want to. I'm currently reading Tianguan Shifu or Heaven Official's Blessing. I hope you have a great time here in my stream, and we shall continue. Oh! The two were deeply shaken, and Shi Xuan cried, "What's this now?" Shillian raised his hand. Don't panic. Let's take a look first." He studied them and realized they weren't actually naked. They were wearing animal skins and leaves and looked like they were ready to drink blood. They were holding long spears made of branches with sharp stones fastened at the ends as spearheads, and they smiled at the pair. Their teeth were jagged and sharp like saws. The pair bolted without a word. Oh, yes, I also thought you were going to wake up at 12 noon. But it's a good thing that you woke up earlier. That means you have to sleep earlier too, later tonight. Now let's continue reading. Shi Xuan shouted as he ran. My brother used to tell me about this, that deep in the southern mountains there are many fierce spirits that feast on human flesh. He told me never to come to such a place on my own. Is that what we ran into? Shilian was practiced in the art of escape, so his demeanor and manner were far more relaxed than Shi Xuan's. He replied calmly, that's very possible. Either way, we need to find the exit. Let's see if there are any more stone doors nearby. The fearsome spirits ran after them, screaming and howling tirelessly. At first, Shilian and Shi Xuan could only run for it, not fight back. Heavenly laws dictated that should gods descend to the mortal realm, they should never presumptuously use their powers to oppress mortals. This law was to prevent heavenly officials from bullying mortals and creating disasters born from the abuse of their powers. But these spirits kept hurling sharp rocks and branches at them, and without warning, one such branch scraped Shi Xuan's cheeks. Now this was absolutely unacceptable. Shi Xuan felt his face and found the faintest bloody scratch. He saw red. With a roar, he came to a sudden stop. He spun around and shouted, "You ignorant, violent hillbillies! Not only did you not bow before me, the Lord Windmaster, you dare ruin my face! Unbelievable!" He pulled out his Windmaster fan, flashing it open with a powerful whoosh and swung with force. Their attackers were instantly blown off the ground and sent flying meters away, crashing into nearby trees and howling as they hung off the branches. The two could finally stop running, and they took in deep breaths, trying to calm their heartbeats. As they panted, that thought came to Shilian again. It's such a hassle being a heavenly official. Gods, humans, ghosts, no one has it any easier. Shi Xuan heaved out his grievance as he turned to Shilian. Your Highness, you saw it, right? They were asking for it. I wasn't using my powers to bully them. That's right, I saw it, Shilian said. Shi Xuan felt his face again and mumbled under his breath. Even my brother wouldn't dare. He turned around again. Let's go find that stone door. Oh, sure. I'll see you later, Harvey. Shilian nodded silently and watched Shi Xuan fix his clothes and hair until he looked properly dashing once more. Unfortunately, he was still dressed in a bedraggled purple silk dress, so it was a dash of peculiar flavor. It was a truly unforgettable sight. Shilian couldn't help but marvel. Thinking back on when they first met at Banyu Pass, the Lord Windmaster has seemed like such a bright and scintillating figure, and Shilian had thought him a powerful being with immeasurable depth. If not a peerless demonic cultivator, then a supreme master. Now that they were better acquainted, he realized all of that was but an illusion. The two walked relentlessly in circles through the forest and finally found a set of stone doors beside a different tree hole. This time, Shi Xuan refused to roll the dice and shook his head. I don't know what's going on, but even though my luck isn't always the best, it's not always the worst either. Fortune doesn't seem to be with me today. I rolled twice, and the first time was that earthworm tunnel. The second time, a bloodthirsty spirit playground. Who knows what's next? Shillian cleared his throat softly and guiltily replied, "Maybe it's because I'm with you. I must have brought your luck down with me." Hi, hello, baby. Good morning. Welcome to my stream. I'm reading Heaven Official's Blessing. Yes, I am. I am on book 2 of Heaven Official's Blessing, page 142. Welcome to my stream. Take a seat and have a drink. "What are you saying?" Shi Qingshuan exclaimed. "It's impossible for anyone to bring down my luck. Me? The Lord Wind Master? But why don't you give it a go? Maybe there's still some of that luck you borrowed from your son Lung." For some reason, Shillian felt a little embarrassed when he heard "your son Lung." He wanted to explain, but at the same time, what was there to explain? If he tried, it would only be weirder, so he didn't say anything in the end. He felt the dice in his hands and rolled them lightly. 2 6s. Shillian held his breath and he watched the images on the stone door transform and mentally prepared himself to face whatever comes next. But this time, the picture didn't change and the stone door creaked open. Behind the door was another long stairway that descended into darkness, and brisk air whirled up from the depths. The two exchanged a look, both thinking, "After all that, did we circle back to the beginning?" Even if they were back at the beginning, that was still better than these strange perils. They'd had enough. Thus, the pair resolutely stepped in. But the moment they entered, the door closed behind them, and when they reached out to push, they only felt the smooth surface of a stone wall. "Looks like our only path is down," Shillian said. "All right," Shi Qingshuan sighed. "Let me take a breather and we'll continue to play that despicable Crimson Rain Salt Flowers game." The two once again descended through the long rectangular stony path. After 200 steps or so, Shillian realized something. "Good news, Lord Wind Master! This isn't the same path we took the first time, even though they appear to be similar." Shi Qingshuan noticed it too. "You're right. The first time we reached the stone wall after some 200 steps, but not this time." Shillian said softly, "Look, we're on the right path this time." As soon as he spoke, they came to a stop. Ahead of them in the darkness wafted the stench of blood, and accompanying that smell was the heavy breathing of a man. The two didn't move a muscle and said nothing. There was neither light nor flames. Yet the other party had already sensed their presence. Right after they stopped, a cold voice rang out. "I have nothing to say," spoke the deep voice of a man. At the sound of that voice, Shi Qingshuan immediately ignited a palm torch. And that's the end of chapter 16. And that is also a sign for us to take a breather. So, are you enjoying the story so far? We have these two characters, Shillian and the Lord Wind Master, Shi Qingshuan, and they've been having a difficult time entering whatever room they're actually trying to enter. And now, at the end of their journey, they hear this voice, and I think it's pretty obvious who it is. It's San Lang, the owner of the place that they're invading. Oh, thank you, my darling. So, let's go to chapter 17, and the title of this chapter is Paradise to Ashes, the Second Coming of Fang Xin. "Oh, Mori, I think you do need to sleep. I will try to read more softly just for you so that you can sleep with my voice. Think of it as a bedtime story, sleeping ASMR. I used to listen to a lot of ASMRs before because I had a very, very bad sleeping pattern. I couldn't really sleep, so I would listen to ASMR videos on YouTube. My favorite one is Heather Feather because she has a very, very soft, calming voice. And she did these 360 videos, like you can hear her going around her mic. One day, when I'm rich enough, I'm planning to buy one of those 3D IO mics, the one with the ears, so that I can actually do 3D surround sound ASMR videos, so that my friends and all of the people who are watching me will have high quality ASMR videos from me. But before that, I think the first thing that I need to do is actually soundproof my room, because I know that you can clearly hear dishes and dogs outside. Oh, do you want to be a mod? I will figure that out later. I actually have 2 mods, but both of them are either asleep or busy right now. I would figure out how to make you a mod because I'm very, very new to this platform, so I'm not really used to all of the controls yet. If you would notice, I still don't have my panel set up. I'm gonna figure that out within the week. Where was I? Oh, yeah. So, for those who have just arrived, I have a to-do list. Today, we're going to read chapter 17 of Tianguan Shifu, or Heaven Official's Blessing. We've already finished like the tail end of chapter 16, so we have just 1 chapter to go. I might continue reading the story some other time, but we're only going to do 1 chapter today. We're also doing 1 card readings for Twitter because I am hosting a giveaway. If you want, you can still join it. The deadline is on Friday. You're supposed to either drop an emoji for a 1 card reading, or you can like and retweet or share it on Facebook, because it's both on Facebook and Twitter. You can join either of those 2 platforms. Those who retweet and like the post will be in the draw. I'm going to raise some ducks because I found, I didn't find it, but I saw a friend using it for their raffle. Duck racing. Because some people are teasing me that I'm a duck, so why not do rubber duck racing? So I will choose the winner based on that, and the winner gets a reading from me. It can either be a Celtic cross, a love reading, or, well, any topic basically. And then after we do some 1 card readings from Twitter, I will be learning something from Duolingo. I haven't really opened my Duolingo in a long time. Oh, Valorant. If I have time, I might play Valorant tomorrow, because tomorrow I do have work in the morning. If I am not passed out after work, I'm going to play Valorant, and I might post it on Facebook. So just check your feed from time to time. I'll be posting it on Facebook, but I probably wouldn't really stream the gameplay because I'm not really confident about my skills in Valorant. I'm really horrible at the game. I've been playing since August last year. I have improved, but I'm not good. I'm mostly a, what do you call this? A pocket sage. That is why, hold on, let me just change it. Let me change my, I've actually commissioned a Valorant PNG set, and hey, This is me wearing Sage's outfit when I play Valorant in someone else's stream, or maybe if I play Valorant in my own stream, I'm gonna use this one. It's either Sage or Reina. Well, you can't really see it. I'm going to hide my book. It's adorable, right? So here is the Sage one. Hold on, let me just go back to it. Oh, wait. Hold on, how do I go back? Okay, here. This is Sage one, and this is the Reina one. I got it from Hachi Paws, and I'm also commissioning them to do my emotes. So for those of you who have subscribed, really soon, maybe in a week or two, we will have new emotes. I hope that you like it, but for now we only have one emote, which is the one with the gun, and I drew that one. It's kind of janky, but it's fun that way. Anyway, hold on, let me just go back to my original. Yes, there we go. There we are. I'm very small as Sage and Reina, right? It's so adorable. Hachi's art is very nice. Let me just put back my book. Where did my book go? There we go. There. Okay, so we are going to continue reading. If some of you will fall asleep while I'm reading, I would take that as a win because a lot of you need to sleep. I know that it's hard to fix our body clocks, and I sympathize, or in fact, I empathize, because those are two different things. I can feel your pain because I also have a hard time fixing my body clock. But now I think it's getting a lot better since my schedule is getting more and more regular, although it's a little difficult because of time zones and stuff like that. I might do regular morning streams on days like this. So that's going to be Wednesdays, maybe Mondays as well if I have the strength. But Wednesday, it's definitely a go because I don't have 6 a.m. classes on Wednesdays. So I might as well just do a stream, right? So for those who are in North America, who are really wanting to watch my streams, but the time zones are being a problem, Wednesday is the day that we will catch each other. So now let's continue again. I'm going to be reading the 17th chapter of Heaven Official's Blessing, Paradise to Ashes, the Second Coming of Fangxin. Shilian didn't expect Shi Jingxuan to suddenly light a fire, and he didn't even have time to stop him before it was too late. The flames were exceedingly bright and revealed the silhouette of a black-clad man. The man in black had his head hung low against the stone wall at the end of the path. His face was white as a sheet, his black hair a mess. But underneath that unkempt appearance was an expression that shone with determination and a gaze like burning ice. Although he sat cross-legged, without a trace of discomfort, the stench of blood was thick in the air. Hello, my darling Mayari. Hello. Welcome to my morning stream. We are reading Tianguan Shifu, or Heaven Official's Blessing. Have a seat, have a cup of coffee, and just relax. Okay, let's continue. He was clearly gravely wounded and was obviously imprisoned here. His "I have nothing to say" was probably him mistaking them for interrogators. Shi Jingxuan saw his face and cried, "It's you!" That man didn't seem to expect guests and was taken aback. He looked as though he wanted to say "it's you" as well, but alas, he held back. Shilian calmed Roya, who was ready to attack. So you two know each other? After crossing so many hurdles and finally finding someone, Shi Qingxuan looked relieved. He was about to respond when the man cut in. He said in a tone that left no room for dispute, "No!" Shi Qingxuan raged at those words and pointed at him with his fan. "It is so shameful to know me? What hurtful words! Mingsheng, I'm your best friend." Okay, I'm gonna stop right here just to explain a little cultural thingy over here. But before that, oh, my model? Okay, you'll have to wait for it. It's still under construction. Under construction? Am I building? No, it's still in the works, and it's being made by an artist named Zaypen World. As you can see, my model right now is a little bit cutesy, but that one would be more traditionally anime inspired. I'm mostly going for a 90s anime kind of look, but not the big eye 90s anime, more of like the silhouette of it, like not much rendering, more on cel shading, but not really. And thank you for thinking I'm underrated. Well, I'm just starting out. I haven't really officially debuted yet. I've only started streaming like a few weeks ago, and I haven't really done a lot of streaming yet. So hopefully I'll be able to build my viewership and my community. I'm also planning to make a Discord server so that you will all be always informed. You will be notified when I'm streaming, so you don't have to look for it in your timelines. It's just much more easy and convenient for all of us if I have a server. But the thing is, I'm such a boomer. I'm a boomer and I don't really know much about moderating or curating a Discord server, so I'm gonna have to ask some friends for help with that. And well, yes, a Discord server where we can talk to each other. I'm planning to assign days where we can just hang out on Discord voice calls. And what else? I also plan to make my own Minecraft server in the future, but like that is a far off future, and there's going to be a theme, so it's not going to be like a vanilla server. It's going to have like some very interesting things. Oh, thank you, darling. I'm going to have to figure it out. I think I need to like make a plan for it first. Oh, 2 to 3 years of moderating Discord. I think I used to have like mod or admin powers at a certain Discord, but I didn't really do much. I'm mostly an advisor type of admin. Someone else did the technical stuff for me. I'm only there to make rules and to implement them because I'm what? I'm very intimidating. Anyway, I have completely forgotten where I was in the book. But also, oh, a random thought. A random thought. This has no connection to what I was saying, but like it just came to me earlier this morning while I was brewing my coffee. It's that I think VTubing is the adult version of going to school in terms of people's personalities. It's like kindergarten because as a teacher in real life, parents would usually tell me that, oh, my kid is like this and like that, and we would be wondering, but they're not like that. They're totally the opposite when they're in my class. And I think it's the same for VTubers. A lot of people have the opposite of their personalities. Because, for example, me, I am an INTJ. So if you're familiar with Myers-Briggs type indicator, that just means well, I'm an introvert and an intuitive. I'm more of a thinker than a feeler type, and I'm more of a planner. Like, I can't really function without plans. I have several notebooks that I use for planning. But here, when I'm VTubing, it seems like I'm very extroverted. Like, I do love talking to people while I'm streaming. I also find myself reaching out more to other people even when I'm not streaming, which is weird because in real life I don't really talk to a lot of people. And then there's like, do you know Moshi, the the VTuber we rated last night? She's very, very extroverted in real life. Like, we know each other in real life. We do go and hang out when we have time or and money because we live like 8 hours away from each other. But in real life, she's like, I love everyone. You know, if you would make a Shih Tzu puppy into a human being, that is Moshi Vienna. But like when she's streaming, I'm noticing, why does she sound so shy? Hold on. Let's. Oh yeah. 3,000 pearls, I will be an uwu gamer girl. I can do the uwu voice. I will say that in a cute way for 3 minutes. Even if I'm reading something, I would read it in that voice, sadly. I will no longer sound like a battle sage for 3 minutes only. I cannot really maintain the gamer girl voice for very, very long. Like, it's one of the things that I have been thinking about before I officially decided to go into VTubing, because a lot of thought has gone into this. Like, it's been more than a year of planning. Our friend over here can attest to that because we've been talking about it. My original plan was to have like basically two voices, two personalities. One would be like right now a more alto type of voice, which is my normal voice, and then the other would be like the uwu voice, because I noticed that it's the thing that's most common to female VTubers, and it's what sells. And I can do that, but I was thinking I can't really sustain this for a long time. So I was like, never mind. I'm just going to do what I do. Just act natural, be more natural. I think that's the key to doing it without burning out. A pocket sage. I'm actually a pocket sage in Valorant, although I do become a battle sage when I'm playing alone, because I don't know anyone, so I don't need to baby anyone. And I don't trust the people that I play with because I don't know them, so I'm just going to do my own thing and be a battle sage. But when I'm playing with friends who I know are a lot better than me, I willingly become a pocket sage because that is better for the team. You know what? Although I only mostly play sage, I am flexible like that. What was I saying? Oh yeah. Back to the VTubing being the kindergarten of adulthood. So Moshi Vienna is very, very extroverted. She is an ENFP, basically a puppy in human form. But here she's like very, very shy, and I'm like, that's so weird. You're not like this. You literally talk to sales ladies about their college lives. I'm not even kidding. Like, we would be walking at the mall and we will see like pop-up stores, and if it's like makeup or anything that's very girly, I'll be interested in it. And Moshi is not really that into makeup compared to me. Like, I'm high femme. Like, I literally would get mad if I'm forced to wear pants. I need to be in a dress or in skirts. I feel very, very oppressed when I'm wearing pants. And so, that's the level of high femme I am. So makeup and skincare is like really important to me. So when we go around the mall, I would literally have to stop by each and every indie makeup or skincare brand, and she would be like right there, hovering around me. But the thing is, she would be talking to sales ladies, and there's this one time I was just looking through the skincare and lipsticks, and then I look over to my right, and I overhear Moshi Vienna talking to this sales lady, and now they were talking about their previous college and their common teachers or whatever. And I'm like, who does that? Hydrate. Okay, I'm going to drink, but it's not water. I'm so sorry. I have coffee beside me. It's not kapeng barako, the local kind. It's actually excelsa, because it's the first thing that I grabbed earlier today. I am actually a coffee enthusiast, and I brew my own coffee every morning. I'm still a sea creature. Sea creatures need caffeine too, to keep the energy. Anyway, I'm drinking Excelsa right now. It's not as nice as the Kapeng Barako from Batangas. I don't know why, but for some reason, I just really think the local coffee tastes a lot better. It tastes like being at the top of a mountain, eating brown rice, and just being chill in a bamboo house with lots of fog all around you, while imported coffee feels like cubicles in an office. It's not as relaxing. Anyway, I should put my coffee down, because I would be more and more hyper the more coffee I drink. I should continue reading. Oh yes, again. Again, I was trying to explain something. So, Ming Shong, that's what the person that Shelian and the Lord Windmaster called the Windmaster. That's not actually the Windmaster's name, but the suffix shong is addressed to someone who is like an older brother. So when you say Ming Shong, it's like Kuya Ming, something like that. But you can also use that term for someone who is like a senior. Like, for example, you were training under the same master, someone who trained before you. It's like your senior, your senpai. You're supposed to call them shong, like as a term of like respect and endearment. At the same time, you add that as a suffix to their name. So yeah, it's like kuya or manong. Manong is not really like something you should use to denote someone who is like, a worker you don't know. It's actually just I think it's Ilocano, right? Yes, it's the Ilocano version of kuya. It's not a different thing. It's just the same, my friends. Anyway, let's continue. The man denied it resolutely. I have no friends who would run around in that sort of attire. Shi Qingxuan was still in his tattered... Oh, wait, I think I've already read this part. Did I? Have I? We'll read it again anyway. Shi Qingxuan was still in his tattered purple silk dress. Truly a shameful sight. Shelian wanted to laugh at the thought that There were really people in this world who would claim to be someone's best friend to validate themselves. It was definitely Shi Jingxuan's style, but Ming Sha? If he remembered the 5 elemental masters correctly, the Earth Master's name was Ming Yi. Shillian spoke up. Are you perhaps the Lord Earth Master? It's him! You've met before! Shi Jingxuan replied. Shillian looked Ming Yi over and wondered, have we? He didn't recall ever meeting such a character. You have. Shi Jingxuan confirmed. We have not, Ming Yi asserted. Yes, you have, Shi Jingxuan said exasperatedly. Before, at Bangyue Pass. You guys didn't forget that fast, did you? Seeing Ming Yi's face go from ghastly pale to ashen grim, Shillian finally remembered when they first met at Bangyue Pass. Wasn't there a black-clad lady with Shi Jingxuan? Hua Cheng had told him at the time that the black-clad person wasn't the water master, but was surely one of the 5 elemental masters. As expected, Shi Jingxuan was not only passionate about transforming into his own female form, he was also passionate about dragging others into doing the same. No wonder the black-clad lady looked extremely pissed off at the time, like she was disgusted, recalling how Shi Jingxuan tried to wheedle him into joining the fun. Shillian realized that it had truly been a close call, and was glad he didn't give in. Okay, just a little background information for those of you who weren't here when I read the first book. So the Lord Wind Master, when he or they, we're going to refer to them as they, when they first appeared in the book, they appeared as a woman. And there was another woman with them who was wearing black. Basically, think of them as like a yin-yang type of deal. So the Windmaster is very, very lively, very, very energetic, very extroverted. And then there's this other hot lady behind them. It's really confusing when it's the Windmaster. Anyway, there's this hot lady behind them. And they're hot, but like in the dommy mommy kind of way, like very, very intimidating. And all this time, Shillian, our main character, thought that the Windmaster was indeed a woman, but later on he finds out that they were originally born as a man when they were mortal, but they had a brother who was the water master, Lord Master of the water, something like that. I am very, very confused, but yeah, so the wind and the water are brothers, but when they are being worshipped, because they are gods, they were worshipped in the same temple because they were brothers and sisters. Well, not sisters, but brothers. But the people, they began depicting the Wind Master as a female because, you know, they wanted to be like a pair, a man and a woman in a temple, so that it's more balanced, yin and yang. So since they are being depicted as a woman, when they appear in the dream of people, they started appearing as a woman as well. And I think the Wind Master kind of enjoyed it. And like me, they think they're very, very pretty, very, very hot. So they would appear as a woman most of the time. And according to them, they are much more stronger in that form. Female power, something like that. And right now, the Wind Master is presenting as male. So there's that. And this is the first time that Shillian, our main character, is seeing the Earth Master as a male as well, because the first time that they met, the Wind Master coerced him to cross-dress, basically. The Wind Master loves to cross dress, but I think it's more of their gender fluid because they identify with the female form better now. Yes, the Wind Master is a girl boss, and they, I'm confused, okay? They're my favorite. I actually claim the Wind Master as my waifu. Thank you. Thank you very much. Hello, Marie. Yes, I will be drinking, and this is coffee. I still have my coffee. Thank you. Once I run out of coffee, that's when I'm gonna start drinking water because I don't think I should get another cup of coffee. This is my second cup, actually. I'm gonna start shaking. Anyway, let us continue. Where is that? Okay. Lord Earth Master, are you the one who sent forth the ascending fire dragon? Shelian asked. I was, Mingyi answered. They had found the right person. Shelian nodded and said, Lord Earth Master is probably seriously wounded. We'd best make our escape now and talk later. Without any prompting, Shi Qingxuan knelt down and lifted Mingyi onto his back. Then let's get out of here. The three retraced their steps and Shi Qingxuan talked as he walked. I have to ask, Mingsheng, aren't you good at fighting? You were perfectly fine back at Banyue Pass. So how did you get beaten up this bad in a matter of days? How did you piss off that Crimson Rain Salt Flower? You know what? It's so hard to pronounce his whole title because it's 4 words, Crimson Rain Salt Flower, and I'll have to say that every time. I might start saying Hua Cheng instead. Okay, let's continue. There was a bit of schadenfreude in his tone. Shelian mentally noted, he's speaking as though he isn't afraid of being punched. They are good friends indeed. Mingyi looked like he'd had enough of listening to Shi Qingxuan's talk, and he spat up. Shut up! But this was also a question Shelian wanted the answer to, so he adjusted his wording. Lord Earthmaster, why would Hua Cheng give you trouble? Mingyi didn't tell him to shut up, but he didn't answer either. Shelian turned his head to look at him and saw he had his eyes closed. After days of imprisonment and interrogation, and being so badly wounded, Mingyi must have felt so relieved by their sudden rescue that he could finally relax. His questions weren't urgent anyway, so Shelian didn't try to wake him. The three ran up the stairs, and Shelian fished out his dice and rolled once more. He didn't know what number he rolled out in the dark, only that before them he heard a soft clack. The crack peeked open and light seeped through. Shelian pushed at the door and was wondering whether he'd have the chance to take Lang Ying away too, when unexpectedly the first step he took was hollow. The moment he felt himself fall forward, he cried, "Don't come out!" "Oh, your pearls are not going up? I'm not sure either. I have no idea how pearls work or how channel points work in general. Maybe you could like refresh it? I'm not sure. Or sometimes I think it piles up, doesn't it? I'm not sure if you're supposed to refresh it or what, but it should go up. Sometimes that happens to me too." I'm going to continue reading. Shelian somersaulted through the air and fell on something hard. He felt brief relief that it wasn't a bladed mountain or a sea of fire that he'd fallen into. until he looked up and realized that a bladed mountain or a sea of fire might have been better. Hua Cheng's exceptionally handsome face was only inches away from his brows raised high and his gaze locked on him. When the stone door opened this time, it dumped him directly on top of Hua Cheng. He'd fallen into the armory. At the moment, Hua Cheng was sitting on the grand chair of the armory, composedly wiping the scimitar Ming. Even when someone suddenly fell into his lap from above, he'd only moved his hands away and stopped cleaning without any air of surprise. He gazed calmly at Shelian, as if waiting for an explanation. Of course, Shelian had none and could only lie in his lap and stare back boldly. Suddenly, he saw another person at the periphery of his vision, and when he turned to look, he saw it was Lang Ying. That bandaged boy was sitting on the floor, looking terrified. In fact, his hands were clutching his head while he stared at the two of them. Why was Lang Ying here too? It looked like Hua Cheng was interrogating him. But when Shilian peered upwards, he saw half of Shi Qingxuan's white boot stepping over the void. There wasn't time to think, and Shilian quickly gripped Hua Cheng's shoulders. "I'm sorry!" Shilian cried, then tackled Hua Cheng. This tackle showed Hua Cheng a few meters away, and he even tumbled a couple times before he found his footing. By then, Shi Qingxuan, with Ming Yi still on his back, had already jumped and landed with ease in the same spot Hua Cheng had just been sitting. Shilian forced himself to look back, and Hua Cheng was still looking at him without a word. But that one quirked brow was now arched even higher. Shilian leapt to his feet and backed off a few feet, apologizing as he did so. I'm sorry! Lang Ying stared at Hua Cheng, seemingly extremely frightened, and rushed towards Shilian to hide behind him. Shilian shielded him and said, "San Lang, allow me to explain." I'm waiting." Hua Cheng responded, "Wait, shouldn't it be the opposite?" Shi Qingxuan spoke up. "He should be the one who owes you an explanation. He's the one responsible for missing heaven officials. Be wary, Your Highness." This was exactly the situation Shilian didn't want to face. He looked at Hua Cheng intently. "Oh, I'm not quite sure if you can buy it with Gcash. I haven't really tried to buy subs yet, but I think you can buy it through PayPal if I'm not mistaken. Hold on, let me try something." I'm not quite sure. Hold on. Words. I am very, very confused. Let's just go back to my Twitch so I could try it with another channel. And how do let me just try something. about this. I am not even sure about if my account is properly linked to my PayPal. I will have to figure that out within this week. But I'm going to continue reading. Where was I? Sanlang, I don't know what misunderstanding occurred between you and the Lord Earthmaster, but why don't we talk this out peacefully? The best case scenario would be watching, letting them go without harm. Although the Earthmaster was wounded, his life was not in danger, and he wasn't missing any limbs. If he dropped the matter, this wouldn't need to escalate. If Hua Cheng let them leave, then when they reported back to the heavens, Shelian would do anything to beg Junwu for mercy and heedless of his own honor. Unexpectedly, however, Hua Cheng asked, Earthmaster. What Earthmaster? After a pause, he continued, Oh, did you mean the one in the Windmaster's back? He's nothing more than an inept subordinate of mine. Both Shelian and Shi Jingxuan were taken aback at this. He's obviously one of the heavenly officials. How dare you say otherwise? Shi Jingxuan objected. Hua Cheng laughed. Then I wonder why your honorable heavenly official would conceal his identity, leave behind his respectable title, and come work as an officer under me. Hua Cheng drew out his scimitar in a silvery crescent moon flash that followed Ming's curve. If that is genuinely the Earthmaster, then what commendable patience to put on an act for 10 years. In the past decade, I had thought of him suspicious from time to time, but there was never any proof. If I hadn't spotted him traveling alongside the Windmaster in Banyu, I'd still be in doubt. In a split second, Shelian understood everything. So that was what happened. As it turned out, the reason the Earthmaster had gone missing and been imprisoned was ultimately because he had gone undercover and concealed his true identity for a decade to serve as a ghost officer under Hua Cheng. To be blunt, he was a spy. Once in a while, Hua Cheng would think the subordinate's actions were suspect, but without concrete evidence, he just kept him under observation. And it was only recently that Hua Cheng uncovered the Earthmaster's deception. During their journey to Banyu Pass, Hua Cheng had seen the Earthmaster next to the Windmaster. Even disguised as a woman, with thanks to the Windmaster, Hua Cheng still saw through that fake skin. He discovered the black-clad lady as the ghost officer he suspected and locked onto his identity as one of the 5 elemental masters. After the Banyu Pass case was over, Hua Cheng probably left Puchi Shrine to settle his score with the Earthmaster. It may have been during that deadly pursuit and dire circumstances that Ming Yi set off the distress signal. Then Junwu summoned Shelian and gave him the mission to launch this rescue. That a heavenly official failed to mind his duties and instead went undercover in the ghost realm for over a decade was quite the scandal. Never mind the politics behind it. If Ming Yi was to remain imprisoned and tortured, all heaven would break loose. If he actually died at Hua Cheng's hands, the world would be gripped by absolute chaos. If that day came, no one could be spared. After thinking all this through, Shelian could only say, I understand that the fault is ours, but San Lang, I still hope you will let us go this time around. Hua Cheng watched him intently. Then after a moment, he said quietly, Your Highness, some things are best not to get involved in overmuch. Suddenly, Shi Chuan cried from the inside, "Wind, come to me!" The moment the fan came out, wild gusts started blowing through the armory. The weapons on the walls and the shelves began to rattle, humming and moaning. "Lord Windmaster, we haven't done anything yet." Shelian was bewildered. "I don't think either of you are going to make a move first," Shi Chuan said. "So I'll be the bad guy. Wind, come to me!" There was an enormous cracking sound, and Shelian could feel clumps of dust falling above his head. He looked up and saw that one side of the roof was being raised by the gusts, breaking at the seams and forming a large fissure. The armory had no windows or other visible exits. Shi Chuan's intention was not to fight, but rather to escape through a crack in the roof. Within the crazed gale, Hua Cheng's raven black hair and maple red clothes whipped wildly, but the man himself remained utterly unmoved. He smirked. "You have a fan, and coincidentally, so do I." Hua Cheng retrieved the fan from one of the armory shelves. It was small and intricate, its spine and leaf made of pure gold, serene and beautiful. Hua Cheng twirled it in his hand and then snapped it open. He grinned wordlessly, elegance suffusing his murderous aura. He flipped his hands and fanned, and a strong gust shot toward them with a blinding silver flash. The three dodged and heard behind them the sound of hail-like darts battering the walls and ground. When they turned their heads to look, row upon row of long strips of golden foil were nailed onto the ground. Each piece was thin but deeply embedded, its sharpness and viciousness clear. Every weapon inside this armory was a spiritual one, and anyone he grabbed at random possessed equally murderous power. Hua Cheng flipped his hand again, and another golden foiled gust blew. The winds called forth by Shi Chuan were strong, but the stronger they were, the more dangerous the situation became. The armory was only a hall, and in its space was limited. The winds raised by the Windmaster's fan would rebound around the interior and blow the golden foil whirling around them, dancing in this madness. I am going to pause here. Actually, we still have quite a few pages. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh, wait, that's around 7 more pages, but I am going to pause reading this book as it's now 10:35. Hello, my darling Minokawa brother. Welcome to my stream. I just finished reading a chapter of Kenguan Shifu, Heaven Official's Blessing, and we are now off to our second part of the to-do list. Let me just edit down my list. Hola. Hold on, where is my list? There, we are done with that. And then we have 2 items still, so we're going to do 1 card readings for Twitter. We're also doing some learning with our burb friend Duolingo. Duo is such an interesting fella. The last one would be your mom. I'm kidding. Anyway, we still have 2 items in our list. So there's that. Hold on. I think I'm gonna have to do a different setup for the tarot card reading. I'm going to just move my coffee away. and make some space for hold on, let's put my I'm going to put a video on. Okay. And I will be okay, can you see this? Is the video showing up? So this will be me shuffling my cards. Oh yes, it's definitely very, very pink. That was my main concern while building my computer. I had someone to help me build my computer. I asked them to look for the things that would work together and would work well, because I will be using it for work and also for streaming. But yeah, I don't know much about like computer specs, but my main concern was it has to work, it has to work well, and it has to be all pink. So here we have my all pink setup. I also have my tarot cards here. I actually have a lot of tarot decks, but I'm going to use this one. My hands look small. Oh, it kind of does from this angle. So here is, wait, I forgot which deck this is. I think this is the Vivid Journey deck. So yes, I'm going to read for the people who are in Twitter, because I bookmarked my what do you call this? Wait, where did it go? Oh no, did I lose it? I better not have lost it. Oh no, I didn't lose it. I still have it with me. I'm going to read for the people on Twitter who dropped a an emoji. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm just counting the people who are there. I'm not going to be writing it down right now, but since I'm streaming, I would be able to what do you call that? I would be able to actually go back to this and write it down on that thread. If my hands are small, then yours are puny. Well, I do have like smaller hands compared to most other bakunawas. As I've said last night, I'm the runt of my family. I am only 60 miles long. Most of my family members are like 80 to 100 miles long, but I am the one who has the most psychic powers. I've inherited most of the powers my great grandfather had from eating 6 of the 7 moons. Let's see. There are actually 5 people. So here's what we are going to do today. If you are watching right now, since there are 5 people, we're also making this choose a card reading. So I'm going to need you to choose a number from 1 to 5. All right. Think of a number between 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Type it down, so you have to lock it in. Are you ready? So, yes, you have to choose a number. So someone chose 4, 3, 2. All right. So for the others who are like lurking or listening but not really on their keyboards right now, you can think of a number from 1 to 5, and then the reading that I'm going to give that person, it's going to be also my reading for you, just so that we have a small interactive reading right here. Okay. So while I'm doing this, I'm going to show you the process of what I do. Most of the time, I would do this type of shuffle. Like, I can't really... Wait, you can't really see it, but like, you know how you would shuffle cards in poker, like that? That's how I shuffle it. But other tarot card readers are very sensitive about that. They don't like doing that. They're more of like, they're doing this, but I don't really like that because it doesn't really shuffle the cards that well. So yes, I do the casino shuffle like this. But there are some cards that are difficult to shuffle because they're big or their card stock is too thick. So I would like do the overhand shuffle, but most of the time I would do that until I feel that it is right. So I either do 3 or 7 shuffles, or until I feel that it is right. It's all about the feels, you know. So, and then I would put it down, usually if I have a table with me, and then I would cut it with my left hand. So 1, 2, 3. If a card jumps out while I'm shuffling or while I'm cutting the cards, I would usually take that card to the side and read it on its own. It's usually an urgent message. That's why the card is jumping out. It's either that or your cards are too slippery. So yeah, I have cut the cards and then rearranged them, usually in 3 piles. If I'm reading for a client like one-on-one, like they're in front of me, I ask them to cut the card with their left hand, or if they are left-handed, I would ask them to do it with their right hand, because that is their non-dominant hand. So let us see. And then most other tarot card readers would like put their cards like this, like in an array like that, and then they ask you to pick out. But what I do is just ask them to shuffle. Not shuffle, but to cut, and then the cards on top, that will be their card. All right. So for those of you who chose number 1, okay, so this is the card that you have. This is the Ace of Swords. I'm going to show you, but it is reversed. Now, not all tarot card readers would read reversed cards, but I do. It just gives you more leeway for a more specific interpretation if you decide to use reversed cards instead of just reading the card with a default meaning. I also mostly read intuitively, meaning although I know the prescribed meaning for the cards, like there are traditional meanings for them, I would go with what comes naturally to me. Like, part of it would be the traditional meaning, but also I get the intuitive hits, as they call it, like downloads. Like a thought would suddenly come to me and I know that it's not my thought, it just came to me it's called clairsentience. Are you familiar with that? Like, you just know things, you don't think about it, you just know it. So it's something like that. I use that when I'm reading cards because it's more accurate that way if you follow your intuition than just reading the cards with whatever is in the guidebook. Like, there are days where I would go with the guidebook, but today I think is a day for more intuitive readings. So I think my camera is acting up. Hold on. I'm just gonna let it stay like that so that I can talk more. I'm going to fix it after this card. Anyway, for those who chose number 1, Ace of Swords, usually when this comes up, you will be receiving a message that is very important, but since it is upside down, this message is intercepted. So there is going to be either an interception of a message for you or miscommunication. There's also what I would think of as an artistic block, because swords is a card that has the, what do you call this, element of air, and air is all about creativity, thoughts, ideas. So there's an artistic block. If you're currently thinking of certain projects or an artistic endeavor, you might be having a hard time thinking of something new. So I would suggest that you take a breather, just rest first, don't force yourself. Don't force yourself to think too much. You will have much better ideas if you are well rested. Also, if you are communicating with someone for a very important matter, I think you will need to phrase your words better, because this is a time where miscommunication is bound to happen. Your words are just not coming through in the way that you intended to. Like you're saying one thing, but the other person interprets it in another way, or they're saying something but you interpret it in another way. So a lot of misunderstandings can stem from this. So be very, very careful about that. I also need you to wait. I'm hearing check your email. Check your email. Yes, because there might be messages that you are not reading, and one of them is very, very important. I need you to check on that. And other than that, all I'm hearing is that, yeah, you need to be more careful about communicating these days. Please try to read between the lines. Try to understand the words that are being said to you, because most of the time people are meaning well, but we interpret them in a negative way, and that might cost you relationships, friendships. So I need you to read your messages very carefully, listen to them very carefully. But when it comes to Ace of Swords, the messages are usually through a letter, through a text message, an email. It's not going to be a face-to-face message. Hold on, I'm just going to fix my webcam for a little bit. I'm going to have to activate it and put it back on again. Hold on. I think I might need to buy a new webcam very, very soon. Hold on, it's not showing up. I'm going to put it back again. It activated. Okay, great. So that is for the people who had number 1 as their choice. So let's go for number 2. Okay, I'm going to have to show this a little bit closer. Does it show up? It's the Queen of Pentacles. Queen of Pentacles. Is it showing up? Can you see it? The webcam is giving it a fish eye kind of view. Okay, I'm going to have to put it. Oh, hold on. I'm going to be back real quick. I'm going to get something from the other table. Okay, I think this works better than me trying to. Yay. All right. Okay, so now you can see it, right? It works, yes. I bought these tiny easels before. They had like these little blackboards. And I don't know where the blackboard went, but now it is my official card stand. Okay, so we have Queen of Pentacles. Now, the Queen of Pentacles usually represents a woman in your life, or if you're identifying as a woman, this could represent you. And the Queen of Pentacles is a very grounded type of person, and they are more on the financial side of things. They're more concerned about that. And physically, this woman would usually have like a slightly darker hair, if it's, you know, a representative of an actual person. So the message here is that it is important to have dreams, because, you know, the Queen of Pentacles is very career driven, financially literate, but you also have to maintain a sense of stability. Like I said earlier, very earth type of feel, grounded, stable. So it is now time to be practical and resourceful. So the Queen of Pentacles is telling you to be practical nowadays. So you might be having some ideas, and they may sound fun, but you have to ask yourself, is this practical? So be resourceful with your plans. You don't really have to spend a lot of things on the things that you're planning right now. Are there other ways that you can get it? You have to ask that. Sometimes you don't really have to spend money on the things that you want to achieve. You just have to be resourceful. So this is all about building a realistic and stable foundation. So what steps are you going to take in order to maintain a happy and healthy and secure life? So you must remember that you must also be compassionate and kind to the people around you, because although the Queen of Pentacles is like, it seems from the outset she's very motivated by the money, she is not a person who is stingy with her money. She shares with other people. She is compassionate, kind. So that is also another message that the card is telling you, to be always compassionate to those who are around you. All right, so that is the message for the people. Oh, the people who picked card number 2. Let's go with card number 3. Okay, can you see this one? I'm not sure. It's really tiny on my screen, so anyway, this is the 8 of Swords, but it is upside down. Now, for those of you who picked the 8 of Swords, the 8 of Swords is that looks yabay. Well, kinda, not really, but anyway, whenever you see a card and it is upside down, you must think of it in such a way that the message of this card is lessened, or the energy is blocked. So if it's a scary card, it makes it a little less scary. And the 8 of Swords is usually talking about being bound to something, but you're not really bound. It's just you. It's just yourself. So it's telling you to, you know, realize that you are not held captive right now. So this might apply to a work, a job, or your studies, or a relationship. So you're feeling kind of claustrophobic right now. But it is telling you that that's not the case, honey. It's also telling you that you have to be in a state of acceptance and responsibility of yourself. You have to learn from your past mistakes, traumas, circumstances. You need to process all the emotional blockages so that you can make a positive thing, a positive change in your life. So it's telling you to set yourself free, basically. Again, it only looks yabai, but the message is actually very positive in a way. It's telling you that you need to let the past go, set yourself free, basically. So you must understand that there's a benefit of loving intentions in all areas in your life, and how negative attachments, so those memories from the past, whether this is about your love life or your career or your personal life in general, family, if you remain attached to those issues, it only exacerbates the challenges along the way. It makes things worse. So you have to set yourself free, and the only person who can set you free is yourself. So yeah, this person, this is you. And you are being held back, but not by the past. It's yourself. You're the only one who can set yourself free. You can see that there are swords around you, right? So those swords, they hurt you, but you're not actually bound there forever. You are able to go out. The swords are not imprisoning you. You can actually go around them. You can actually leave them. So it's saying that you have to leave those negative thoughts behind. You have to focus more on your current life and your future as well. If you live in the past, you'll only get hurt more and more by it, and there's really no use to it, like hurting yourself over and over with things that happened in the past, or thinking about things that didn't go your way and thinking that this could have happened but it didn't. Like, if something is over, you have to realize that it is over. It's past. The past is called the past because it already passed by. Oh, you're stuck in your room because of the pandemic? Well, me too, but I'm not actually stuck. I just prefer to be inside. I hope that you will be able to go outside and get some fresh air, touch grass. I need to touch grass probably, but I don't want to. I prefer being inside my room. Okay, for number 4, we have, 10 of Wands. Is it seen? Yes. So as you can see, the 10 of Wands, it has a person carrying 10 wands up a hill. Usually there is a mountain at the background and they're going up a mountain carrying all this stuff. Now, 10 of Wands usually tell us about endings. Like, it usually talks about the ending phase of something. Well, most of the cards that are numbered 10 in the tarot, it is talking about the end of a cycle. And this type of ending, the 10 of Wands, talks about something that you have been working hard on. So it's some sort of like graduation or finishing a task. Like, you're working hard on this something and you feel that this is the end, but there are hindrances. So I want you to think really, really hard right now. What are the hindrances for this task? Why can't I finish it? Why is it not ending? Why can't I move on to the next task? So there are some troubles, hindrances for this phase of your life to end. And yes. Oh, yes. I kind of know. Oh, you picked 4? Yeah, this suits you really well. I'm so sorry, but you have to realize that although it is upside down right now. You have all the power in your hands to turn this around. And basically that applies to all my readings. A lot of times when I meet new people and it's their first time to get a reading, they get really scared. Why? Because they think that it's written in stone, that when I do the reading, it will actually happen to them for certain. So if I pick a negative card, something bad will happen to them. What they don't realize is that when I do the reading, it's just I'm the one laying out the map. I'm showing you the map. This is where it will go if you keep on going this way. But you are still the driver of your own life. You still have the power to steer it to a different way, to a different course. So the purpose of getting a tarot card reading is not just to know the future. Its main purpose is to turn the future into something that is ideal for you. If it's not the best one, at least try to avoid the negative things. Try to fix the things that are going on right now that's affecting you currently and will affect you in the future, and then change that into something that would help you. Oh, you're welcome, darling. So that was card number 4. Again, although things are really difficult right now, it's hard to end this chapter of your life. I believe in you. Oh, let's talk about that later, my dear. We'll talk about... Hold on. This is card number 5 for the people who chose number 5. Is it showing up? Yes. I'm having a hard time putting it in the center. Okay, there we are. It is the Emperor. The Emperor is a very, very traditionally masculine card. And it depicts a man. And yes, it's the Emperor or a king. And usually what it's saying is that right now, this is the energy that you need. Get your head in the game. Be very practical and traditional. You know, if you are doing things like off course and you're being, let's say, more laissez-faire with your life, it's telling you to plan, plan and stick to that plan, basically. Be a more sensible person, because the Emperor has a very, very masculine and rigid energy. It's telling you that you also have to do that right now. So basically, you need more clarity in your life. You need more direction. That's why I'm telling you to plan, because the direction will steer itself if you don't. It's just like what I've been telling some of the teachers that I am interviewing and training. You have to have a lesson plan, because if you don't plan, the kids will plan for you, and you don't want that. It's the same thing in life. If you want to end up in a good place, you have to plan how to get to that good place. Or what is that good place for you? It has to be clear. You have to have a goal. So that is what the card's saying for those of you who picked 5. Get your head in the game. Pick a destination, pick a direction. Where do you want to be a few months from now, a few years from now? And based on that, you have to make a plan of how you're going to get there. Be more strategic. It can also actually signify an authoritative figure in your life. So like a dad or a teacher, a male figure. And sometimes it's negative, like it's too much power that they're exerting. But currently I'm feeling that no, it's not that. It's just telling you that you need to get your shit together. Get your shit together. Plan your life, or your life is gonna plan itself, and you're not gonna be in control of that. What is that? What's that saying about the shrimp? Let me think. Like, oh, hi. Hold on. Before I continue, I got to hydrate. Where is my water bottle? Oh, it's right here. You know what? It's very, very tempting to get more coffee right now because someone over here brewed more coffee, and I love coffee, okay? I love coffee, but I've already drank 2 cups and I don't want to have a heart attack or anything later. So I'm going to drink water and I'm going to stretch. Yes. Okay, my back actually cracked. Hold on. So where was I? Okay. Again, we were talking about the people who picked number 5. So this card also talks about intelligence, power, mental organization. You need to organize, honey, and an ability to think on a larger scale. So when it comes to your personal vibration awareness, this defines what you truly prioritize and how you choose your energy, how to use your energy in life. So what you give out always returns. So what does that say? In simpler words, if you are planning ahead, basically you're gonna get something better than if you're not making any effort at all. Put in effort and that will return to you, sometimes tenfold. Okay, so that is the 5th card. I hope some of the things that I've said, although it was originally meant for the Twitter people, it also resonated with you. But sometimes it really works out like that. Like when you are just browsing YouTube or TikTok, you're not really searching for a specific reading, but it comes to your For You page, and you click on it, you feel compelled to listen to the reading. But in this case, you're actually here, you picked a card, and that's the card that came to you. It's what the universe is telling you. Now I'm going to just put this here because there's nothing on my little easel. Just so that you can see the backing of the card. Hold on, let's put it there. It's really, really nice. Anyway, what was I saying? Yes, so for those who are kind of new here, yes, this is what I do. I do tarot card readings. I've been reading tarot for around a decade, so more or less 10 years. I originally started with just one deck and I did it for fun, but later on I accumulated quite a lot of tarot decks, and not just tarot decks but oracle card decks as well, and I now use them for readings for other people professionally. I've been doing it for some years now. I forgot when was the first time I did a reading for a person, but I believe it was around, wait, what age was that? Maybe 7 years ago, because at first I didn't believe in getting paid for readings, because people keep on telling me that it's a gift from God or whatever, you're not supposed to ask for payment. And I get drained a lot because people would keep on asking for readings for free because it's free, I don't charge. But then I met this guy in Cubao Expo. Are you familiar with that place? Because I used to hang around that place a lot, and it was mostly for musical reasons, because I was in a band and my bandmates are there. One of my bandmates owns a shop there, a ukulele shop. Yes, I know. I'm doing it. I'm not doing it for free now, unless it's for special friends. Sometimes I do it for free, but yeah, I do it professionally. But back then, I was young. It was like 7 years ago. I kind of met this guy, and he was like telling me to. Well, he's not telling me, but he was asking me about my rates, and I told him I don't do this professionally. I do my readings for free, and he disapproved of that. I didn't really understand it then, but now I do get it because it's very, very draining. I don't think people realize that you're not just spitting out words that you've memorized before. It's an intuitive thing. You're getting downloads, spiritual downloads from somewhere out there, and that energy passes through you, and it's very, very draining. Sometimes I would feel physically like I want to throw up. Like last week, I think I was reading for this friend. This was a paid reading, by the way. Although they're a friend, they do pay me when they ask for readings. And they have an ancestor, a spirit, who always drops by when I do readings for them. And they're like, hey, I'm here. Tell them I'm here. Tell them they're doing a great job. Like that meme of, what's the name of that woman? The Jenner woman, like holding a camera and saying, "You're doing a great job, sweetie." It's kind of annoying because like I'm just trying to do my job, woman. Please calm down. It's like a very, very anime protagonist with orange hair type of deal. That's the energy. That's how bouncy they felt, and it was so intense that I had to stop reading because I wanted to throw up. And then after I stopped, I'm like, okay, I'm gonna go back. And then when I finished the reading, I was just so drained, and physically I was nauseated because their energy was very, very bouncy. And I don't think people realize that you're not just reading the cards for their prescribed meanings. There's a lot of energy work involved. Oh, the Minukawa friend. Yes, are you going to buy a ukulele? Which one? I'm not sure if they're still there because it's been a long, long time. But the name of the store is Four Strings. I think they're not there anymore because the owner has other things. Like I think they're pursuing art, as in, well, not painting but sculpture. I think they have stopped with the business, and I think it took a hit because of the pandemic. Yeah. But yes, please do check them online if they're still selling. The name of the store is The Four Strings. The owner was our percussionist, drummer, whichever is the term, because we call him a drummer, but most of the time he is using bongos or some other sort of percussion because our type of music is more on the lighter side because it's a ukulele shop, so that's just the vibe there. I'm the well, partly I'm the songwriter and vocalist of that group. Why? I'm not really sure because I haven't really been there since the pandemic hit. I think the last time I was there was 2019 after the September board exams. Yes, so it's been a long time. It's been, what, 3 years since I've been there last. So I'm not sure if the pubs are still open there. But I think the Four Strings has physically closed. And I'm not sure if they do allow, people like they did before. Because back then, it was so lively, especially during Friday nights. You would have like the streets, well, it's not a street, but the alleyways are covered with people, and we will have like a live band in front, and it's basically an open jam. Sometimes we would have like pop-up stalls of food. Usually we have this homemade sausage right then and there. I think I was saying something earlier, but like I got distracted. As usual, I am distracted. Hold on, let me just finish my. Anyway, let's get to the note, and we've already finished the Twitter readings. I was saying something. What was it? Oh yeah, I was talking about. Back then I didn't get paid, but now I am charging. And if you are interested in getting your cards read like one-on-one, you don't want to just get read online, because like I actually have a redeem, like a 1-card redeem here on my channel. But if you want it to be like a private reading and a longer reading at that, you can avail of my services. It's my rates are on Facebook and also on Twitter. I think I still have. Wait. Where are my rates? I think I have a picture here. Oh no. Okay, there we are. Found it. Okay, here are my current rates. So, though, if you would notice, on the left side, it's a lower price than on the right side, because the ones on the left side are email rates. Like, I would send the readings to you via email, or I could make a Google document and send it to you. Well, I'll just send the link to you. That's what most people like, since it's stored online. But I also do like on-call readings. Like, I'd call you on Discord, and that's how we will do the reading. But for the last one, this one is like the hourly rate, well, half-hour rate. It's $25 per 30 minutes, and you can ask as many questions as you like for the duration of it. And if you're going to do a full hour, it's instead of $50, it's going to be just $45. And yeah, and those are my rates. If you want a copy of this, you can find it on my Facebook page. It's just BB, or you can just type in www.facebook.com/BB Bakunawa. And that's it. Let me just take that out. Oh, what is an oracle? Good thing you asked. Hold on. Let me just grab an oracle card deck. Okay, so as you can see right now, what I have over here, the one that we have been using, is a tarot deck. Now, the tarot deck came from originally a game. Like, it's similar to poker. That's why you have pip cards, or the 1 to 10, and then the faces, which is the Jack, Queen, King type of deal. It was kind of like that, but it's arranged differently. So for tarot decks, you have 2 different arcanas, the major and the minor arcanas. Let me just look for it. So for example, the Emperor, this belongs to the major arcana, and major arcana is more of the general arching themes of your life, while the minor arcana, they are separated into 4 elements or symbols. So you have the swords, you have the wands, you have the pentacles. Which one haven't I haven't mentioned yet? The cups. So they are numbered from 1 to 10, and then after that you have the page, the queen, the king, and the knight. So there are 4 people cards. Unlike on your regular poker set, you only have king, queen, and knight, right? I haven't really used poker cards in a while, so I'm not sure. But like in a tarot set, it's mostly king, queen, page, and knight. And there's 4 kinds of those again. So that's your cups, wands, swords, and pentacles or coins. But in other decks they would have different names for that, but basically it's those 4, and they also represent 4 different elements: your earth, wind, air, and fire. So that is the basic structure of a tarot deck. However, for oracle cards, there is no such structure. It's basically free for all. It depends on who makes the cards, and they usually come with their own what do you call that, instruction booklet or guide. So for example, this deck, this is the Cat Guru, and it has like a booklet that comes with it, and there are just different cats and their interpretations. It's very memey. So not all oracle decks are like this. It basically just depends on what the maker of the deck wants. It has different themes. Whereas for tarot cards, it's always the same format. You have wands, swords, cups, and which one did I not mention? Pentacles. You go from ace to 10. You have page, knight, queen, king, and then you also have 22 other cards, which we call the major arcana. So it's always 78 cards. It doesn't matter who makes the tarot deck. It doesn't matter what aesthetic they use. There are different types. You have your Rider-Waite, you have the Thought Tarot, you have, a lot of different schools of thought when it comes to tarot. But it's always similar. You have 78 cards arranged in 4 different pip sets and 1 major arcana with 22. But for your oh, my camera is not moving again. But for your oracle decks, it's always different. They have different numbers of cards. So for this one, how many cards do I have here? I'm not quite sure how many cards are there in this cat oracle. But basically, each and every oracle deck will be different in number, different in theme. Hold on, let me just put it back and activate it. Okay, so again, as you can see, this is mostly just cats in meme-ish looks. Let me just grab another one so that I can show you. I think this one has 44 cards. Most oracle decks favor that number for some reason. Get another one. Okay, this is a different deck. This is a yogic path. It's made by Danielle Noel. She's one of my favorite artists of oracle and tarot decks. I have all of her decks. This one is, hold on, how many cards does it have? This one has 54. So earlier, the other deck, it has 44. This one has 54, and it is mostly what do you call this? Mostly about yoga. It has deities and like different wisdom of the Vedas, and basically just in this theme in general. So the other one has 44 cards. This has 54. That one is about cats. This one is about the Vedas. So you see, they're both oracle cards, but they're wildly different. Let me get another one. Okay, I lied. I actually got 2 more, and these ones are self-made cards. I drew and cut them myself. I actually like using these most of the time that I'm doing a reading, because since they are self-made, your energy is embedded in them, and yeah, it's easier to read because you made it. So yeah, this one is more of an astrology related card. So for example, this one is the 12th house. You have the symbols related to it, so Pisces, and you have like the, I'm not sure if you can see it, but there are like keywords here. The next one here is fixed. So some signs are fixed, some signs are mutable. So for fixed, it's more on persistent, stable, and persevering, those kinds of description. What's our next card? This one is, this is Rahu. It's one of the imaginary points in the sky. I'm not going to explain the astrology thingy. It's a whole lot of mess. It's kind of difficult to explain everything all at once, but basically this one is based on astrology. I mostly subscribe to tropical astrology, though I also use concepts from what do you call this, Vedic astrology, because I find it more accurate for some reason, and other astrologers agree as well. So this other one is another card set that I made. Oh, it's interesting that this is the first card that we see. It's the snake card, but it's not really just a snake. It is the Ouroboros. Or it's not really a snake, it's a serpent that devours itself. Yes, it's very similar to a bakunawa, which is interesting. Isn't it nice? I drew this myself, and although it's not perfect, I love it because, hey, pretty black and white card, right? This one is the Unrequited. I also drew this. I have no idea what I was thinking when I conceptualized this deck, but I mostly use this deck for love readings. Cards within a card trick. Oh, you have that tattoo. Interesting. A very, very big no card. A mirror card. Oh, I have an idea. I'm going to pick 3 cards. Think of a number between 1, 2, and 3. I'm going to pick an oracle card from this deck for you. Again, if you can see, I can't really do the casino shuffle with this one because it's too big. All right. It's way too big to do the casino shuffle, although I'm more comfortable with that. So yeah, sometimes what I do is like, I'll do the casino shuffle, but like sideways, like this. And again, if there are other tarot card readers watching me, they would probably be like cringing at how I'm shuffling my decks, because a lot of the tarot card readers are very protective of their decks. They don't want it to, get too ruffled up. Maybe mostly because tarot and oracle decks are very expensive. But for me, it kind of adds to the charm of a deck when it's a bit worn. That means you're using it, right? So here, let's get our handy dandy easel again. So this would be for the first one. Okay, we have magnet, the number 39, and usually this card is talking about how opposites attract, but this one is reversed, honey. So for those of you who picked number one, it's telling you that not all the time the opposites attract mindset works. If this person has the opposite personality as you, or has the opposite beliefs as you, don't push for it. Honey, don't push for it. Are you hearing me? So if you like someone and you're like seeing red flags, like you don't really believe in the things that they do, you're not interested in each other's hobbies or beliefs, interests, anything like that, don't really assume that, oh, it's because opposites attract. It's a lot better or safer and a lot more productive if you and the person that you are trying to build a future with are on the same page, because you will be able to support each other more. You understand each other more. So basically, that's the message of this card. Yeah. Try to evaluate if you and the person that you like have aligned interests. And if not, try to think if you are willing to take that risk, because if you are too different, it's not going to work in your favor. Okay, for those of you who chose number 2, okay, this is the caution card and it is upside down. So when I draw this card, I usually tell my clients, oh honey, run away, red flag, instantly, immediately. But since it's upside down, I need you to think about if this person is actually bad. Because like you're seeing a lot of like negative things in this person, but is it actually negative? Like, is there a reason why this person is like this? It's telling you to read the book and not judge it for its cover, basically. So it kind of has like the opposite message with those who pick number 1, because with number 1 they're like, honey, this is a red flag, you're kind of too different. This one is thinking maybe you're being too judgmental. This card is telling you to open your eyes and your heart, because sometimes it's not really a negative thing. You're being too critical of someone. So yeah, you might find that someone could be a good friend, at least if you look beyond, the first impressions. So yes, that is for those who picked number 2. This is just like a very quick reading. Okay, number 3. So for those of you who picked number 3, you have treat. And if you would notice, we have a pie, and then there's an extra slice outside. It doesn't belong in the pie. It's just telling you that something sweet is headed your way. Like, it's a really nice card, It's telling that you don't really need love right now. You're doing great. Everything is fine and peachy. You don't need love, but it will come to you. It's saying that you deserve it. You deserve a treat. And if you are currently denying yourself, trying to say that, I don't need love, I need to work on other things, or it doesn't really have to be love, actually. I'm getting that it's more of a personal thing. Like, you've been so strict with yourself. It's telling you that you deserve to take a break. You deserve a treat. If there's something that you've been wanting to do, just do it. If there's something that you want to buy and you can afford it, although you don't need it, maybe sometimes it's okay to spend on ourselves, right? So yeah, you deserve a treat. Not all the time it has to be practical. That's what this card is telling you. Sometimes it is important to be happy. Oh, you want to be degraded. In what language? What language? Oh, in English. Okay, let me just compose myself and get out of the reading a tarot card. I'm going to get out of my reader moment here. Let me just get in character for degradation. Hold on, let me just take this off. Okay, now it's back. My book is back. And wait, what am I gonna say? Oh, instead of like just cursing, I'm going to read I'm going to read something that has a lot of curses. Are you familiar with most popular girl in high school? It's a YouTube series, and it's made up of like dolls. It's stop motion. Hold on, let me just... Okay. It's a stop motion about high school girls. They're cheerleaders. Yes, the very bitchy Barbies. And my favorite line there is the epic cheerleader meltdown where Britney is just going at it. Actually, I did know that, Blaine. But do you know what didn't come from France? This motherfucking beret-wearing, boyfriend-stealing, giggling, stuttering piece of Canadian horseshit. Yeah, I said it. Fuck you, Saison Marguerite. Fuck you. Fuck your boyfriend. And fuck the fucking fetus that's growing inside of the disease-ridden boy that you call a goddamn womb. And fuck you, Shay Van Buren. Fuck you, you shitty glob of donkey cum. I hope you burn in hell for the shitty things that you did today, because you are not the least bit sneaky, you're not the least bit clever, and your only talent is opening your legs to penises that would rather be inside of me! Okay, that's it. I hope you enjoyed that. Anyway, that's the end of me cursing. Fuck you, fuck your mom, fuck your dog. That's it. Hi. Yes, your dog included. Oh, someone really... Magandara, my love. Okay, let's do this. Ara, ara. I don't know why people love hearing me say that, but there you go. That's your ara ara. Anyway, where was I? I'm already done with reading tarot and these cards of mine, my self-made oracle cards. Let me just put them back. Okay, is everyone breathing? Is everyone breathing? I think I broke the chat with those two words. Chat, press 1 if you're still alive. I already said that earlier though. Charsho? I didn't know that words have flavor. Are you like, I don't know, what do you call that again? What's that condition where you can like taste words or hear colors or... Yes, synesthesia. Because he said that my ara-ara tastes like char siu. Anyway, we are going to do Duolingo for a bit. Like I might have, let's see, what are we going to do? What language do you want? Do we do Korean, Japanese, Spanish, Chinese, Indonesian? Pick any of those languages, because the others I don't really have the confidence to speak the words. Which one would you like, chat? Indonesian. I actually studied Bahasa Indonesia for a bit, like just 3 units of it in college. But I've forgotten a lot of it. That's why I tried to open the Indonesian course in Duolingo. Spanish. So we have the suggestion of Indonesian Spanish. How about everyone else? What do you think? What language should we go for? Any suggestions? We have 1 vote for Indonesian, 1 vote for... Oh, you know what? What I can do is we could just make a poll. What language are we studying today? So we have Indo, Spanish, Japanese, or Korean. I could also include Chinese here. Again, let's do 3 minutes. Start. What I like about Indonesian is that the pronunciation is easy for us since we are Filipino, and there are a lot of words that are similar, even if they're not direct translations from like Bahasa Indonesia and Tagalog. It would be like similar to a different Filipino language. So for example, nasi. Nasi is rice in Indonesian, and in I believe it's Kapampangan, or wait, is it Kapampangan or Pangasinense? I'm very, very confused because I'm in Central Luzon, and in my area there's a lot of different languages. Not Nazi, it's Nasi with an S. I remember like early this morning, I woke up at around like 2 a.m. and I checked on my Twitch to see our Minokawa friend over here streaming and not sleeping. I also have another friend who was streaming, and they were streaming Pokemon, and they were asking for a name for their... What's that Pokemon? I'm very old. I only know first gen Pokemon. It's... What's the name? It starts with a PH. Anyway, it's a very cute ice cream looking Pokemon, but it's not the ice cream Pokemon itself. And they were like asking what name should they give. And this VTuber... Oh, I don't think it's the elephant one. It's kind of floating. It's a water type. It's a water type floating. It's color blue. Oh no. The Australian accent is speaking. Anyway, so this friend is a cow-themed VTuber, so I suggested that they name the Pokemon Susu, because Susu in Indonesian is milk, and in Filipino, it sounds very, very close to the word for breast. And they really love that. Oh. Anyway, let's look. So we are going for Indonesian. Let me just quickly go to my... Where is that? This. Hold on. No, not this one. This one. I am confused, but let's go. Oh, where is my... Okay, it's not showing up. Hold on, I'm having a boomer moment right here. Is it this one? Yes. I'm very confused. I'm just going to add another like, oh, no. I think I know where it is now. But okay, I give up. I'm going to make a different capture for this. Let's do that one. I am asking for your forgiveness for being very slow with this, because I am not really very good at... Oh, wait, it's... yeah, that's one. Why is it not showing up? Why? Let's look at it. Oh no. Oh no, it's not showing up. How? Let's try it here. Is it media source or game source? Or display capture? Oh no. No, not this. No, oh no. Let's remove that. Boomer moment. Is it going to be the browser one or the game capture one? Help. Help. The boomer is in trouble. How do I put my browser in here? Let's try it again with this game capture. I'm trying to put my YouTube, well, not YouTube, but my browser here, but it's not showing up. Is it window capture? It's not showing up for me. Remove it. Let's remove it. Yes, window capture. Ah, I see. Okay, let's try this one. Is it showing up yet? Hello? Are you there? No, it's not. Oh, finally. Hold on, let me just put this back on here, and then we're going to put it back there. Okay, that's a lot better. And please do not mind how many tabs I have open. Okay, let's proceed to Indonesian. I haven't really done a lot of studying here, as you can see. I'm finished. I'm done with that. Oh, this one's broken, so let's fix it.
Aku menulis surat.
It's not 100. Please don't exaggerate. Although, yeah, I know I have a lot of tabs because I'm planning to go back to those later and put in the readings I did earlier into words. What? Okay, I think I need to listen to it. Hold on. Let me just put in my earphones.
Aku menulis surat.
Okay, can you hear that? Aku menulis surat. Check. Yes. Okay, let's continue. Write this in Indonesian.
Kami makan.
Like I was saying earlier, it's similar to Filipino languages. So we is kami. Makan is very similar to mangan. Wait, what is mangan? Is it Ilocano or Kapampangan? I'm really confused. Hold on, let's check. I think I need to turn off my, what do you call this, monitoring, so I don't hear my voice. Okay, let's go there. Okay, let's go to the next one.
Aku suka kamu.
What? Aku suka kamu. So, I like you. I think that's what it meant. See, I'm right. I still remember some of it. Kami menulis.
Kami
Oh, it's right there.
menulis.
Okay.
Dia menulis surat.
Surat is letter in Indonesian. Let's check. Okay, 5 in a row. Let's
Kita makan.
go. We eat. So this is very interesting to me because kita in Filipino is like the two of us, but like I'm doing something to you, right? Like mahal kita. So from me to you. But in here, it's just like the regular we. It's like kami. He writes a book. So in Indonesian, he or she, they don't really deal with pronouns just like we do in Filipino. It's
Dia.
dia. And interestingly, it sounds similar to siya, right? He writes a book. Dia menulis buku. Okay.
Kita menulis.
Again, we write. Oh, another note is that, okay, I forget this a lot because in my mind, Bahasa Indonesia and Bahasa Malaysia are like very similar language to the Philippines, but there's something about their pronunciation that is different from ours. Their letter E is not it's so it's not menulis, it's manulis. And then their letter C, it's not really a letter C, it's like TS or CH. So the way to say beautiful or pretty in Indonesian is cantik, which is CANTIK. So those are just like tiny little differences when it comes to pronunciation, but most of the other letters
Aku menulis
sound the same.
buku.
Okay, you hear that? Aku menulis buku. I write or wrote a book. I don't know what terms to use when it comes to Indonesian, honestly. Okay. And it's another peculiar thing about this language. They don't really deal much with tenses. You can like figure out what the tense is depending on the context. Oh, mangaon is to eat in Ilonggo. I think it's in Ilocano. It's mangan, or is it Ilocano or Kapampangan? I forgot. It's like when you say let's eat, it's mangan tayon. Hold on. Let's move to the next one. He writes a letter. We already know this one. Dia. Menulis. Surat. Okay, another interesting thing, surat. We just replace the L. The R with an L. So it becomes sulat, or a letter in our language. Interesting, right? That's 10 in a row. What a rush. Like the first time I climbed Mount Everest. Okay, book is buku.
Aku dan kamu.
Okay, aku, I. Dan is and. Kamu, you. Why is it? Yeah, you and I. Dumbass. But like the way they phrase it is I comes first. But yeah, in English it would be you and I. I write a book. Aku menulis buku.
Buku.
Okay, what is you? Kamu or kamu menulis buku or okay, that works. We write a letter. Kita menulis surat. I'm very, very confused about like pronouns here. So I'm not sure if kita would be the correct one to use here. But yay, we got it correctly. We got a perfect score for this one. Okay. 1 day streak. As I have said earlier, I have not worked on my Duolingo for a very, very long time. Okay, we got that one. Which one should we do? Do you want to do the intro, the basics again, greetings, restaurant, or places? Which one do you like? Magandara, my love. I eat you. Right, it's very close to a lot of Filipino languages. Which one should we do? Or we can also do base verbs right now. It's open. Which one would you like to open, my darlings? We can do the intro again. We can do greetings. I think let's do the greetings because this is the first time we are doing this on stream. So for those who are not familiar with the language, greetings is one of the first things that they would like to learn. Okay. Excuse me. Oh, it's showing the thing. Permisi. So, salamat siang is good afternoon. Salamat malam, good evening. Sampai jumpa lagi. Until next time. Silakan. I actually forgot this word. Okay.
Waalaikumsalam.
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 That's it. That's okay. Again, the word is waalaikumsalam. Greetings to you too.
Assalamualaikum.
Oh, assalamualaikum. Greetings.
Permisi, sampai jumpa.
Permisi. Sampai jumpa. So, sampai jumpa is until next time, I think. Oh, yeah, until next time or goodbye. Excuse me and goodbye. So, excuse me, goodbye. The same thing that we learned earlier. Permisi.
Permisi.
Sampai jumpa. Or since sampai jumpa is not here, we can say selamat tinggal. I think that's okay. Yes. Selamat tinggal is like something you would say for someone you are leaving, like you're the one who is going. Okay, that's 5 in a row.
Assalamualaikum, selamat pagi.
Okay, assalamualaikum.
Assalamualaikum.
Selamat
pagi.
pagi. So, greetings and good morning, something like that. Yes.
Selamat siang.
Okay, we talked about this earlier. Selamat siang is good afternoon. Hold on. Let me just... Bye. It's selamat tinggal.
Assalamualaikum, selamat siang.
Assalamualaikum, selamat siang. Greetings and good afternoon. Thanks and bye. Thanks is terima kasih. Bye again is selamat tinggal. Okay, so earlier I said that selamat tinggal is something you would say to someone who is staying. So you're the one who's leaving, right? Selamat jalan is like the same thing but in reverse. So you're the one staying and they're the one leaving, if I remember correctly. So let's continue. Permisi is... What is it? It's excuse me.
Waalaikumsalam, sampai jumpa.
Waalaikumsalam. Sampai jumpa. Okay, so it's greetings to you too. Goodbye or until next time. Hold on. My brother's asking me what food I want. I'm fine with anything. Because it's already lunchtime and I'm going to finish my stream after we finish this one. I might stream again later in the afternoon if I still have energy. But if I don't, well, I still do have a stream. I forgot what my schedule is. Let me just check. Today is Wednesday, tomorrow Thursday. I don't have a stream tomorrow, but I do have a stream on Friday. It will be a karaoke stream, and at the same time, we're going to draw the winners for the free tarot card reading session. I also have a stream on Saturday in the morning. It's 5 a.m. Actually, I'm not going to stream myself, but I am going to be part of a stream. I'm going to be with Ling and Minokawa and Halia. So after that, in the evening, I'm also going to stream and I'm going to play a game. I forgot the title, but yeah. So let's continue and finish this. Good afternoon and welcome. Selamat siang.
Selamat siang.
Welcome is selamat
datang.
I think. Because as you can see, the pattern here, when you are greeting someone, it's mostly salamat, and then you add a word depending on the time of day or the situation. So datang is very close to the word dating. So may dumating. So someone arrived. So that's a pretty nifty way to remember it.
Waalaikumsalam, silakan.
Okay, waalaikumsalam.
Waalaikumsalam, silakan.
So, greetings to you too. Please. Silakan is please. Okay. So, good afternoon. Selamat siang. Oh, that's it? All right. I guess that's the end of that. All right, so I'm going to go back to my regular just chatting stream. And hey, our note here, we can edit it now that we finished Duolingo. Lunch break. And I will be hopefully seeing you, if not later, I'll be seeing you on Friday. So Wait, I forgot what I'm streaming on Friday. Oh yeah. The karaoke and announcement of winners. That's it for today. Thank you very, very much for everyone who has come and hang out with me here. Also, a big thank you for everyone who has been supporting me, subscribing, and cheering. I am deeply overwhelmed because I didn't really expect people to, welcome me like this. I've just started out recently. Friday. Oh, hold on. Let me check my schedule. I'm horrible at keeping my schedule, so I write it down. Let me check my own page. Where is my schedule here? Okay, let's see. Okay, so today's Wednesday, Thursday, it's just cleaning shop. Friday, karaoke and giveaway winner announcement at 7 p.m. Saturday, we are going to play the Dream Libra hat at 9 p.m. But before that, I'm going to be at Link's stream at 5 a.m. Yes, in the morning. Minokawa is also going to be there. We're going to play Phasmophobia. Takutan sa madaling araw. Let's go! And yes, again, thank you for staying with me. I was told that I'm supposed to do a raid every time I finish streaming, and I'm not sure who is online. Yes, it was a long stream, but I honestly didn't notice that it was that long because I was really having fun with you guys. Again, thank you. I will see you again soon. I might be I might either play Valorant or Minecraft this afternoon because those are the two games that I keep on coming back to. It just relaxes me, although I get stressed a lot in Valorant. So yeah, if I'm playing, I might post and look for people to play with. I know someone out here has been asking me to play Valorant with him at 7 in the morning. Yes, I play Minecraft. I am in two servers. One is a server of my brother's friend, but it's not very active. I'm also playing at Sai's server. I haven't really built my house yet. Would you like to? Oh, what kind of upgrades? I'm excited. I couldn't build a house because I can't decide what type of house I want. Like, I've built like several manual farms. I've collected animals. I have built like a little mining base inside the geode, but I haven't really built my own actual house. So yeah. Oh, they're transferring to a paid hosting. That's great. Because the thing with Eternos is that you have to turn it on manually. It's a pain in the ass if the person or the people who have access to it are not online. You can't play. How do I know? Because I had to ask my brother to give me permission to be able to open their server. Because I'm always the one left, like, in the middle of the night playing on my own, or like I'll be trying to play very early. They're still studying, and I'm like, I want to play. Give me permission to open it. No more limitations. That's great. That's awesome. Wonderful. Amazing. Minecraft 4 days. No more sleep. Kidding. No, sleep is very, very important. I hope that you guys slept. I think both Mori and Minokawa haven't slept properly yet. So I suggest that after lunch, please do rest, my darlings. And that would be all for today, actually. I should now end my stream. Annyeong, goodbye, adios. What else? Zaijian, paalam, bye-bye. So, baby, bye-bye. Thank you again.